She thought her beauty had faded with the years, until one night she discovered that stress could be transformed into light. It began with a quiet realization, almost like a whisper from her own reflection, a knowing that the exhaustion she carried was not the end of her glow but the beginning of a new form of power. Because what if every line on her face was not a mark of loss, but a trace of wisdom, waiting to be softened by peace? What if stress, tension, and all those invisible burdens were not her enemies but ingredients waiting to be turned into radiance? There are moments in life when a woman forgets who she is. She forgets that her body listens to her thoughts, that her skin reflects her emotions, that her heart shapes the light that touches her face. Nights become heavy, days blur together, and even when she looks into the mirror she sees fatigue instead of beauty. But in this sacred ritual, something changes. This is not a product, not a mask, not a formula. It is a remembrance, a call to return to the quiet temple within, where her natural youth sleeps, waiting to be awakened by calm. They say that in ancient times, women would gather under the moonlight not to chase youth, but to honor it. The Egyptian priestesses would blend sacred oils before sleep, not to hide their age, but to remind their skin of eternity. The Japanese healers would whisper over bowls of warm water, letting steam cleanse not only the pores but the soul. The African moon rituals would invite the night to kiss their faces, believing that every star was a guardian of feminine renewal. And tonight you join that lineage. You close your eyes, not to escape, but to return. Feel your breath, slow, deep, patient. It is not a simple act of breathing. It is an ancient rhythm. The body knows it. The skin remembers it. Every exhale releases stories you no longer need, the pressure, the noise, the endless doing. Every inhale gathers light, calm, and quiet joy. It begins in your chest, then moves like a wave toward your face, washing away the tension you didn't even know you were holding. This is the moment the transformation begins. Because beauty does not start in creams or serums, it starts in silence. It begins when you decide to soften instead of fight, to rest instead of resist, to let go instead of hold on. Your skin listens when you do this. It begins to trust you again. The tiny muscles in your face release their grip, your jaw unclenches, your eyes sink into peace. And in that stillness, something subtle happens. The energy that was trapped as stress becomes light. Your body begins to redirect it. Your cells, once busy protecting you from stress, now turn their attention toward repair. They begin to hum with quiet harmony. The skin warms slightly, the heartbeat slows, and the nervous system sends a message. It is safe to glow again. That is the true secret of the overnight ritual. Not what you apply to your skin, but what you apply to your thoughts. What if beauty was never about fighting time, but about aligning with it? What if aging was just your body's way of asking for rest, hydration, and kindness? And what if every night was an opportunity to begin again, to remind your skin of who you truly are, not the woman who rushes through the day, but the one who allows herself to rest, to be, to receive? Feel how your mind slows now. The rhythm of your breath creates waves that travel through your body, massaging every cell with peace. You begin to understand that radiance is not something you chase, it is something you allow. The more you soften, the brighter you become. The more you trust, the younger you feel. Even the stress you thought was your enemy becomes your teacher. It taught you what happens when you forget to breathe, when you forget to listen. And now, as you remember, it releases its hold and transforms into the very glow you sought for years. You begin to feel lighter, your shoulders drop. The weight of expectation slides off your body. Somewhere deep within, your cells begin to rejoice, because the mind that was once commanding them to survive is now inviting them to thrive. The science behind this is both simple and sacred. When the body enters this state of calm before sleep, cortisol, the stress hormone, begins to dissolve, allowing the natural collagen renewal to take its place. Melatonin rises like a gentle tide, bringing its healing frequencies to your skin. The blood flow increases, carrying oxygen to every forgotten corner of your beauty. And in this sacred exchange, stress turns to radiance. This is not imagination. This is biology aligned with serenity. Even experts have tried to explain why certain women seem to age backward once they learn to sleep in peace. They call it cellular communication, hormonal balance, mitochondrial awakening. But ancient women knew the truth long before the science caught up. They called it surrender, because when you surrender, the body begins to work for you, not against you. Tonight, as you lie down, you are not simply going to sleep. You are entering a conversation with your own beauty. The night is your mirror now, and it listens deeply. Let it hear your calm. Let it see your peace. Let it feel your gratitude. Because gratitude is the most potent beauty ritual there is. Say thank you, silently, softly, to every part of your body that carried you through stress, that endured the storms, that never gave up. You are not late to your beauty. You are arriving right on time. You are not behind. You are unfolding. This moment, right here, right now, is where the light begins to return. The ancient oils, the rituals, the chants, they were all symbols of one thing: remembrance. And tonight, you remember. You remember that your skin is alive, your heart is wise, your mind is kind. You remember that beauty is not something to earn, it is something to remember. So breathe again. Feel the night wrap around you like a velvet cocoon. Let go of the day, the noise, the mirrors, the comparisons. None of it defines you. What defines you is the softness returning to your soul. And as that softness grows, your beauty deepens. Not a beauty that demands attention, but a beauty that radiates quiet power, the kind that cannot be faked, cannot be lost, cannot be stolen. It only needs one thing: peace. So rest now, as the world fades. The night will do what it has always done. It will restore what the day has taken. It will turn every fragment of tension into light. And when morning comes, you will not only look renewed, you will feel it in every heartbeat, every breath, every smile, because radiance is not the absence of stress. It is what remains after you transform it. She once believed stress was her enemy, but that night she discovered it was her invitation to rebirth. The body is wiser than we think. It does not punish, it signals. Every tight muscle, every shallow breath, every restless thought is not a curse but a message from the soul, asking for gentleness. And when she finally stopped fighting, when she allowed herself to listen instead of fix, she realized that beauty begins where resistance ends. It was the first time she understood that softness is not weakness, it is strength in its purest form. Tonight, as you breathe, you are walking through that same invisible doorway between tension and transformation. The day's worries still hum faintly in your body, but they are fading now, like echoes dissolving into silence. The night wraps around you, heavy yet tender, and within it, the alchemy begins. What if the stress you carry is not meant to aid you but to awaken you? What if the pressure was never punishment, but proof of your resilience? As you surrender to rest, your nervous system begins to rewrite its story. The tension that once lived in your neck releases into the pillow, your shoulders unclench, and the muscles around your mouth soften, remembering how to smile without effort. This is not just rest. This is reprogramming. Each breath is a new command whispered to your cells. Peace is now your purpose. In ancient Japan, healers taught women to touch their faces before sleep, not with creams, but with presence. They called it the moon's touch, the moment when awareness met skin. They believed that stress left the body through the fingertips, and calm entered through the same door. As you lie here, imagine your hands resting lightly on your chest, your heart beneath them steady and slow. Feel how that rhythm becomes a lullaby for your skin. It tells every cell that the fight is over, that the day can rest, that you are safe to bloom again. Science has proven what these women already knew, that calm is medicine. When you breathe deeply, your vagus nerve, the great messenger of peace, awakens. It sends waves of relaxation through your entire body, lowering blood pressure, relaxing facial tension, and even signaling your skin to repair. The hormones of stress melt away, replaced by those of healing. You are literally bathing in your own biochemistry of beauty. Every exhale carries out what you no longer need. Every inhale paints you in invisible gold. But beyond science lies something even more profound, the emotion of renewal. Because when you forgive yourself for being tired, for being anxious, for being human, your body forgives you too. It begins to rebuild trust, to open again to flow, to softness, to radiance. Your beauty, you see, was never gone. It was waiting behind the walls of stress you built for survival. And now, as those walls crumble, the light escapes. And it is breathtaking. Remember the women of the desert who would anoint their faces with oils warmed by the sun, believing that light itself was their secret ingredient. Remember the women of the north who slept in silence so deep that snow could fall without waking them, trusting that the world would turn and renew itself. You are no different. You are part of that same sisterhood of eternal renewal. The difference is that you have forgotten, and tonight you remember. This remembrance feels like warmth spreading through your body, gentle but unstoppable. It begins at the heart, then flows outward. To the throat, the face, the scalp, the fingertips, the toes, every inch of you begins to hum with a quiet golden current. This is not imagination, this is energy rebalancing. When the mind releases fear, the body releases beauty. And as you drift deeper, you realize that beauty is not something you must earn through effort. It is the natural state of a woman who has returned to calm. Even the finest products in the world cannot replace what peace does in one night. Because peace changes the frequency of your cells. It makes them remember their original design, one of harmony, renewal, and light. Feel that light now, subtle but expanding. It is the same energy that ancient queens called their eternal youth, the same frequency that nature uses to heal a broken branch, the same intelligence that tells your skin to renew itself every 28 days. And tonight, under the watchful eyes of the night, it returns to its rhythm. You are no longer trying to control time, you are moving with it. You are no longer trapped in tension, you are flowing through it. The years begin to dissolve into irrelevance because you are aligned with something timeless. You are beauty remembering itself. You are youth rediscovering its form. You are radiance unfolding in silence. And in this silence, you can hear your body sigh, the sound of release, of gratitude, of deep healing. The mind quiets, and in that quiet, miracles take place. The skin cools as circulation deepens, the heart finds balance, and your breath becomes your prayer. You do not need to speak words. The universe understands the language of calm. It knows when a woman has remembered her worth. You are not just resting. You are resetting the entire blueprint of your beauty. And tomorrow, when you open your eyes, you will notice something subtle, not just in the mirror, but in your energy. The eyes will appear softer, the face lighter, the heart steadier. You will glow, not because of what you did, but because of what you stopped doing. You will have turned stress into radiance. Even experts can't fully explain why women who sleep in peace look years younger, but ancient wisdom never needed explanation. It only needed practice. And that is what you are doing now, practicing the sacred art of surrender. Each second in this state is a gift your future self will thank you for, because while others chase youth through struggle, you are rediscovering it through stillness. So breathe once more deeply, as if every breath were a brush painting calm across your soul. Feel how even the air around you becomes tender, how the night seems to bend closer, as if to listen to your heartbeat. The stars outside may be countless, but tonight you are one of them, radiant, steady, infinite. Rest in that knowing, let it sink into your bones. The ritual is already working, quietly, faithfully, beautifully. You are being rewritten by peace itself. No one told her that stress could be sacred, that beneath the tightness, the worry, and the endless noise lived a soft pulse of renewal, waiting to be awakened. But tonight, as the rhythm of her breath slows and the mind drifts into the tender darkness of rest, she begins to feel it, that sacred pulse rising through her, a silent drumbeat that belongs not to time but to eternity. Every woman carries it, but only those who surrender to stillness ever hear it. It is the rhythm of the night, the language of the moon, the vibration that reminds your body it was designed to heal. So as you lie here, breathing, resting, allowing, feel the truth of it. Every ounce of stress that once felt like heaviness is now turning into warmth, into life, into beauty. The tension that once lived in your face begins to melt, the tiny furrows between your brows, smooth into peace, and your skin, that delicate, intelligent fabric, starts to hum again. Because your body is not at war with time, it dances with it. It follows the eternal cycle of creation, rest, and rebirth, just as nature does. The same intelligence that makes flowers open with dawn lives in you. The same force that turns night into morning lives in you. And right now, that force is working quietly, gently, powerfully, beneath the surface of your skin. The cells that were once tired begin to wake up, not from stimulation but from calm. They move in harmony now, communicating, repairing, remembering their rhythm. And you, beautiful soul, are the conductor of that silent orchestra. With every breath you send new instructions, not of survival, but of softness, not of fear, but of flow, not of aging, but of renewal. There are ancient stories of women who kept their youth not by seeking it, but by surrendering to the night. In the temples of Egypt, they would lie beneath bowls of water reflecting the moon, believing that the lunar light entered their bodies and replaced tension with grace. In India, healers would guide women to chant before sleep, not for the gods, but for their own nervous systems, to remind the body that it was loved. In Africa, they would gather in circles, brushing their faces with leaves dipped in sacred oils, believing that the touch of nature would speak to the blood and awaken its memory of youth. You too are part of this lineage. Your night ritual is not new, it is ancient wisdom rediscovered in modern silence. It is the bridge between the spiritual and the scientific, between the seen and unseen. Modern science calls it the parasympathetic state, the moment the body enters deep repair. Ancient mystics called it surrender, the sacred trust between the soul and the night. Both speak of the same truth. Only when you stop forcing, does life begin to flow back through you. The very chemistry of your body begins to change in this state. Melatonin rises like the quiet tide of a sacred sea, wrapping your brain and your skin in healing light. Growth hormones whisper to your cells, telling them it's time to rebuild, to repair, to renew. Blood flow increases to your skin, bathing it in oxygen and nutrients, as if the universe itself were feeding you from within. This is why women who truly rest glow differently, because their glow is not cosmetic, it is cosmic. It comes from harmony, not effort. And as the night deepens, your mind begins to drift into that mysterious realm where thoughts no longer chase you. The subconscious begins its gentle weaving, rethreading your story of beauty. You are no longer the woman who feels time slipping away. You are the woman who remembers that time is her ally. You are no longer chasing the mirror. You are becoming the reflection itself. You are not losing beauty. You are dissolving into it. In this sacred space, the body speaks in light and warmth. Every cell is a listener, and the words you whisper through your feelings become its commands. So whisper silently, I am safe. I am healing. I am becoming light again. With those words, the body exhales. The heartbeat steadies. The skin softens even deeper. The field around you grows bright. Though you cannot see it, it glows like an unseen sunrise. You are bathing now in your own radiance, in the golden current of calm that only peace can summon. Even if you've spent years worrying about aging, tonight the story shifts. Because the true reversal of time does not happen on your skin, it begins in your thoughts. When the mind stops sending messages of fear, the body stops aging defensively. When you believe you are safe, your body stops preparing for war and begins to rebuild its temples, your skin, your heart, your radiance. And so, stress, the old enemy, becomes your sacred teacher. It shows you what peace feels like by showing you its opposite. And when you finally understand, the lesson ends, the war ends, the healing begins. You do not need to fight anymore. You only need to allow. This is the feminine art of transformation, not through force but through surrender. Feel the sweetness of that word, surrender. It does not mean giving up. It means giving in, to peace, to softness, to light. You are not falling asleep, you are falling inward. And as you do, your body begins to create miracles quietly, faithfully, elegantly. Even now, collagen fibers are being woven together. Elastin is stretching and renewing, and microcirculation is painting your face with invisible light. Your beauty is becoming bioluminescent, not from the outside, but from within. The moon could envy you now. And tomorrow when you wake, you will not just see the change, you will feel it. The morning light will find your skin softer, your eyes clearer, your mind gentler. You will move slower, not out of fatigue, but out of grace. You will notice that the world responds differently, because your energy will be different. This is the secret of radiance. It begins in silence, blooms in surrender, and reveals itself in the morning. You have turned stress into beauty, not by escaping it, but by transforming it. You are the alchemist of your own being, the high priestess of your own body. The night obeys you now because you have learned to speak its language, the language of stillness. Let yourself drift deeper into it. Let the dreams come, not as escape, but as gentle reflections of your renewal. Every night is an initiation, and tonight you are reborn. The world will never look quite the same again, because you will not look at it with the same tired eyes. You will look with eyes washed in moonlight, softened by forgiveness, and brightened by the quiet knowing that you were always beautiful, even when you forgot. Rest now. The ritual is complete for tonight, but its power will continue until morning. Your skin, your mind, your heart, all are aligned again. You have remembered who you are. You have remembered what you are. You are beauty turned inward, radiance turned outward, stress turned into sacred light, sleep in peace. She used to wake up and rush to the mirror, searching for signs of youth, as if beauty could only live on the surface. But something changed. That night, the night she learned to let go, she didn't search anymore. She simply looked, and for the first time, she saw not her reflection but her radiance. There was no miracle cream, no secret product, no filter, only peace, the kind of peace that transforms the face without touching it, the kind that turns stress into softness and time into tenderness. And in that silence she finally understood. Beauty was never lost. It had only been waiting for her to slow down enough to feel it again. Tonight, as you drift between worlds, between waking and dreaming, you are entering that same sacred space, the space where your beauty is reborn. The body rests, but the energy awakens. The conscious mind sleeps, but the soul begins to sing its ancient lullaby. This is the melody your cells remember, the one that speaks in frequencies of love, calm, and renewal. It tells them to rebuild, to restore, to remember the glow they were designed to hold. And as that song moves through you, everything you once called stress becomes the rhythm of your rebirth. Feel how the breath deepens, the air heavier, yet more nourishing. Each inhale brings in the quiet wisdom of women who came before you, those who bathed in moonlight, who honored silence, who saw aging not as loss, but as transformation. They left a trail of energy for you to follow, and tonight you are walking it. Your heartbeat synchronizes with theirs across centuries, a symphony of softness. You are not just one woman, you are all women remembering their sacred power to renew. Every exhale releases the past, the anxious thoughts, the comparisons, the invisible weight you've carried. You do not need to carry perfection. You only need to carry presence. That is enough. That is everything. Because presence heals what perfection cannot. In that awareness, you begin to feel a shift deep within. The tiny muscles around your eyes, where laughter, sadness, and wonder all left their traces, now soften like silk under warm hands. The skin around your mouth, once tense from unspoken words, begins to open, as if finally ready to smile again. The forehead, the temples, the jaw, they all surrender to the quiet order of harmony. The stress that once dimmed your light now feeds it. This is the paradox of feminine transformation. The very tension that once made you feel tired becomes the material from which radiance is born. Just as the oyster turns irritation into a pearl, your body turns stress into glow. You are not fighting your past anymore, you are alchemizing it. The night is your cocoon now, and while the world sleeps, you are reshaping yourself in stillness. The science of it is silent but real. Your skin, under the veil of darkness, activates its repair mode, the deepest one. Growth factors rise, cellular energy increases, and the body shifts from defense to renewal. The cortisol fades and serotonin whispers peace. Even your blood knows this rhythm. It flows differently, slower but richer, carrying oxygen to every forgotten place. It is not magic. It is nature, remembering her balance. And you, in your stillness, are part of that same intelligence. There's something sacred about realizing that you don't have to earn rest. You were born deserving it, that you don't have to prove your worth through effort. Your existence is proof enough. When you stop chasing youth and start nurturing peace, the entire body changes its song. The energy that once went into surviving now flows into glowing. This is why women who find serenity seem to age in reverse, because peace is the most powerful anti-aging serum ever discovered. No one can bottle it, no one can sell it, no one can fake it, because it is born within. And tonight, it's being born again in you. Feel that soft pulse under your skin, that warmth spreading across your cheeks, that calm that feels like gold dust in your veins. This is your rebirth, quiet, natural, unstoppable. The years no longer define you. Your light does. You are not chasing youth. You are embodying timelessness. Every cell that once held fatigue now drinks from the fountain of calm, and the reflection of that is what the world calls beauty. The ancients knew this well. They spoke of the night as the true temple of transformation. Not a temple made of stone or ritual, but one made of silence and surrender. The place where the body bows to the soul and remembers its divinity. You are inside that temple now. You are both the priestess and the offering. Every breath you take is a prayer, every heartbeat a blessing. The night listens and the body responds. There are no affirmations to repeat, no goals to achieve. There is only trust. Trust that the light within you knows how to return. Trust that every wrinkle, every line, every mark is a map, not of loss, but of life lived deeply. Trust that beauty is not perfection, it is presence, the presence you are cultivating right now. And as the darkness deepens, that presence becomes brighter. You feel it, the sensation of peace spreading through your entire being. The same frequency that heals skin also heals emotion. The same calm that renews collagen also renews confidence. You are glowing not just on the outside, but from the very core of your being. The stress that once lived in your chest has become warmth in your heart. The worry that once shadowed your thoughts has become clarity. The exhaustion that once dulled your face has become softness. You are proof that renewal is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you've always been. You are beauty remembering itself. You are the living truth of what happens when a woman allows herself to rest. And when morning comes, you will wake not as a different person, but as the truest version of yourself. Your reflection will not surprise you. It will recognize you. Because beauty, real beauty, is not something you chase. It's something you remember. Sleep deeply now. The world will wait. Let your body finish its quiet masterpiece. Let every breath polish your light. Let every moment of rest turn stress into radiance. You are safe. You are healing. You are reborn. She had spent years chasing what she thought she had lost. Youth, light, confidence, until she discovered that none of it was ever gone. It had only been buried beneath the noise of survival. And when she finally learned to rest, when she learned to trust the night again, everything she was looking for began to return, softly, naturally, beautifully. Tonight, as your body sinks deeper into calm, you are stepping into that same quiet miracle, the moment when rest turns into renewal and stillness becomes your greatest beauty secret. Every breath you take now is not just oxygen, it is memory. Memory of what you truly are beneath the layers of effort and expectation. You are peace in motion, light in form, and grace unfolding. And the night knows it. It has always known it. That is why it comes again and again to teach you that endings are only beginnings in disguise. The darkness is not here to hide you, it is here to heal you, because even in the deepest night, your body is building light. Every second of rest is an act of creation. Every gentle heartbeat is a reminder that beauty was never something to chase. It is what you are when you stop running. Feel how still you are now. The quiet is not empty. It is full. Full of energy, full of restoration, full of a wisdom your waking mind often forgets. Your cells are listening to that silence, reorganizing themselves according to its rhythm. They are not rushing, not fighting. They are remembering. They are returning to their original song, the one they sang when you were new, untouched by stress or doubt. The one that still exists beneath everything you think you've lost. And as they remember, they radiate. The warmth in your chest spreads to your face, and the glow you feel within begins to rise. You are not imagining it. The body responds to harmony faster than it does to anything else. It recognizes peace as home. The nervous system, once overwhelmed, now hums with balance. The blood moves like a gentle river, carrying oxygen and softness through every cell. The skin awakens in gratitude, drinking the night like a sacred elixir. This is not fantasy. It is your biology in alignment with your divinity. The same energy that turns a seed into a flower is the energy turning your stress into radiance. It has no effort, no strain, no force, only flow. The women of ancient lands understood this mystery well. They didn't chase beauty, they cultivated it. They knew that true allure was born not in mirrors but in moments like this, moments when they were alone, breathing, still, connected to something greater. Some would bathe their feet in moonlit water to draw the night's calm into their blood. Others would sleep with their hair open, believing that dreams needed space to move freely. Some would whisper prayers of gratitude before closing their eyes, not to ask for youth but to honor the light that still lived within. You are continuing that lineage now, whether you realize it or not. Every breath you take is a continuation of that ancient ritual. Every moment of peace is an act of reverence. You are proving that beauty is not about resisting age. It is about receiving time with grace. You are proving that stress is not the end. It is the beginning of transformation. The years no longer matter because radiance has no number, no limit, no timeline. It exists wherever calm lives. And now, calm lives in you. Feel how your thoughts slow, how the edges of your mind blur into softness. You are not your worries, not your to-do lists, not your fears. You are the awareness beneath them, vast, luminous, eternal. The awareness that watches the storm and chooses stillness. The awareness that heals by simply being. That is your true beauty. It is the kind of beauty that can never fade because it was never dependent on time. The kind that doesn't demand attention but commands it through peace. The kind that grows deeper the more you surrender. You are that kind of beauty. You always have been. The world taught you to search outward, to measure, to compare, but your body, your heart, your soul always knew the truth, that beauty lives where peace begins. And peace begins now. Your face is relaxed, your breath is steady, your mind is quiet. You are not becoming younger, you are becoming timeless, because youth is not an age, it is an energy. And tonight that energy flows through you like gold. Even in sleep you are shining. The cells beneath your skin continue their sacred work, renewing, repairing, rebirthing, guided by the intelligence of rest. You do not need to do anything. You only need to allow. The night does the rest. That is the final lesson of this ritual. Beauty is not earned through effort. It is received through trust. You trust the sun to rise each morning without your command. You trust your breath to continue without your control. In the same way, you can trust your body to restore itself. It knows the way home. It always has. The stress that once felt endless now feels distant, almost unreal. The weight of years feels lighter. Even memories that once hurt begin to soften, because peace transforms everything it touches. It turns pain into wisdom, pressure into grace, and fatigue into quiet light. And in that transformation, you realize something profound. You were never broken, you were simply tired. And now you are resting in the kind of rest that heals generations of exhaustion, the kind of rest that rebuilds confidence, the kind of rest that reawakens radiance. The night cradles you like a mother cradles her child, not judging, not rushing, only loving. And as you surrender fully, the body takes that love and translates it into beauty. The heartbeat slows, the breathing deepens, the temperature softens, all signs of renewal in motion. You are becoming light again. You are remembering what it means to glow without trying. This is your true essence. This is the meaning of beauty beyond age, beyond mirrors, beyond definition. You are not aging. You are blooming into your next form. Tomorrow when you wake, you will carry this calm with you. The people you meet will feel it before they see it. They will not know what changed, only that something about you feels softer, steadier, more luminous. That is the power of a woman who has rested deeply. That is the magic of a heart that has found its rhythm again. Every night from now on can be this sacred. Every evening can be a return to yourself. You don't need rituals of the world. Your body is the ritual. Your breath is the ceremony. Your stillness is the secret. So as you drift now, know that you are complete. The night has finished its masterpiece. Your stress has become your light. Your fatigue has become your radiance. And your rest, this beautiful, sacred rest, has become your eternal beauty. Every night is a new chance to be reborn, softer, brighter, younger. Sleep deeply and let your beauty remember who you are. If this night ritual touched your heart, imagine what the next secret will do. Subscribe and awaken your most radiant self.